Hi, this is Coach Rick Colster, and you're listening to The Bald Truth. That's right, The Bald Truth. The Bald Truth is just that. Straightforward, no nonsense, no holds barred information on leading and succeeding. And you're about to experience it. So, I challenge you to sit down, relax, and take a listen. Today, I'm going to share the 7.5 questions that will transform your life. These are the 7.5 questions that can completely turn your life around if you answer them for yourself. So, let's just say my goal today is threefold. Number one, I'd like to inform you. I want to inform you and give you some information, some really, really meaty information that you can use both personally and professionally. Second, my goal is to inspire you. I'd love to be able to inspire you to be the best you can be. And finally, I'd like to incite you. I want to incite you to take the action that's necessary to accomplish all those things you have just dreamed about up until now. Those big, hairy, audacious goals that you just dream about. So, kick back, sit back, and listen, and let's find out what are those 7.5 questions that will transform your life. Before I really get into the questions, though, I really want to share this with you. I believe that people fall into three categories. We all fall into these three categories. First, there are people who don't know what they want. They don't know what they want to do. So, they do what they do, and they bounce from task to task and job to job, and never really have a great amount of success. You probably know some of those people, or some people that are like that, and sadly to say, you might even be one of those people. The second type of people that are out there are the people who do what they must. See, they only do what they think they must do. They must get married. They must get a job. They must have kids. They must close the next deal. They must go to church. They do all these things because they feel that they must do them. They have the appearance of success, but they're truly not happy because they're not living the life they want to live. They're doing what they think they must do as opposed to what they want to do. Which leads me to the third category of people. These are the people that do what they want to do. You see, they are fulfilled. They are doing what they want to do in life, and they're fulfilled, and life is good. So the question that's just begging to be asked is this: why don't you do what you want to do? Why? Well, I'll tell you. It's because you've not answered these 7.5 questions. So our first question is this: do I like what I'm doing now? Ask yourself this. Look in the mirror and say, do I like what I'm doing now? You see, nothing is work unless you'd rather be doing something else. And if you don't love what you're doing, you really will only do the minimum. Unless you have a passion and you love what you're doing, you're just going to put in enough effort to get by. Now, I experienced that sometimes in some of my education early on. I really wasn't into it. So I just got by. And a C got me a passing grade. You see, work is a have to. Play is a choose to. A great job is where you're confused by the difference. Question number 2. Can I do what I want to do? Well, that's a great question. See, the answer to that is, find something you would like to do so much that you would gladly do it for nothing. Then do it so well that people are glad to pay you for it. You see, if your dream doesn't match your ability, your dream becomes a nightmare. And too many people spend too much time doing things they really don't want to do. See, I have found, in my coaching practice, I found that too many people, work on their weaknesses. We're taught to work on our weaknesses. Well, you're not good at math, you better study math. You're not good in English, you better study English. Well, why would you spend time taking a skill where you may be a 2 or a 4 on a scale of 10 and turning it into a 3 or a 5? Why? What I would say is work on your strengths. Work on the things that you do pretty good right now and turn them into the things that you do great. Turn something that you're a 6 or a 7 at and make it into an 8 or a 9. And now I'm talking about it. That's what we're talking about. Now you're in business. But like every rule, there are exceptions. If your weakness is your attitude, your discipline, or some relationship that's necessary for success, you absolutely need to work on it. Question number 3 of the 7.5 questions that will transform your life. Ask yourself this: do I know why I want to do what I want to do? Do you have a reason behind it? What's your motivator? What drives you? Do you know your purpose? And if you don't, how can you be on purpose? You see, I ask people, are you on purpose or are you off purpose? Because if you have a purpose in life, and everyone has it, we were put here for a purpose, for a reason. Whether you know what it is or don't, it still is what it is. Know your purpose. Are you doing things intentionally because you're driving towards a purpose-filled life? Or do you just let things happen? Well, that's the first 3 questions of the 7.5 questions that will transform your life. And right now, we're going to take a moment, we're going to pause, and I'm going to let you regroup and recap what you've learned. If you'd like to hear more, look for the next session, our next audio blog. And if you'd like to know more, you can contact us at coachrick.net. Send us an email at info@coachrick.net. You can even check us out on Twitter, Coach Rick Colster, or on Facebook at Coach Rick's Bald Truth. That's right. You've been listening to The Bald Truth with Coach Rick. Now, take what you've learned today. Let's roll up your sleeves and let's get to work. Have a great day and make it one that you own.